Good morning. Good morning. It's Friday, September 15th. It's not quite 10 o'clock, but I'm saying hello to you anyway. So, we're getting ready. My husband's outside now batting down the hatches because of the storm coming tomorrow. Lots of high winds, so he's taking care of that. I just went out to have my breakfast on the porch and it was windy already. It was like, what's going on? Well, I know what's going on. That's silly. But anyway, I hope you're all safe and will be tomorrow, especially my New England peeps and anybody else who's in the path of this hurricane. But that's the story from Lake Wobegon. It's not Lake Wobegon, it's Franklin, Massachusetts. Oh, I've just been in a real silly mood this week. Let me tell you, silly things have happened. Okay, it is 10 o'clock. It is officially 10 o'clock. So if you are there, hey, Colleen, good morning, good morning. Are you in Pennsylvania? Are you not here? Because I thought that Barbara told me you were taking off to Pennsylvania. Or maybe it's just Barbara and Bob. I don't know. Anyway, welcome. Thank you for popping on. Okay, so let me just show you what we're going to do today. We are going to make these two cards. Now, this card is wicked, wicked, wicked simple. This is using the Designer Series paper, and that's called Winter Meadow. This is Winter Meadow. It's a mess because I've been using a lot of it. But anyway, this is beautiful. No. Oh, I'm so sorry. Are you sick? Do you have symptoms? Oh, it's coming back. That variant is coming back. It's very scary. Oh, and I'm sorry. I hope you're going to be well. You know, all the usual things to do. Rest. You can stamp. You can stamp. Anyway, this is from that beautiful Designer Series paper. And look at the deer. It's a very subtle card. I love the way it looks. So I'm going to show you how to make that. And then I'm going to show you how to make this one. Now, this one is one that we did Saturday at our celebration of demonstrators and stamping friends. Wait a minute, let me get you the other one so you can see what that looks like. This is the one that we did on Saturday. Totally different color palette. Oh, good. I'm glad you feel better. That's good. Oh, it's awful. All right, so this is the one we did Saturday, and we used Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock and Pumpkin Pie and Old Olive inks. And this is this one, but this is one that we're going to do today, a different color palette. So let's get started on this one first because we need to have that alcohol actually dry for us. So let me just move this out of the way and let me bring in my piece of vellum. And the inks that I'm going to use here are, I'm going to use Tahitian Tide, light and dark. I'm going to use Fresh Freesia, light and dark. And then I'm going to use, which is this one, a Polished Pink, light. Now the trick to this is, now certainly you can do it however you want, but the trick is, if you want to get a lot of color on your design area, you need to make sure that you have your colors pretty close together and not leave a lot of spaces. So I'm just going to do this, and I'm going to come here, random, this is all random, lots of blue, and then I'm going to go this way. It doesn't really matter how you do it, but the thing is, you want to make sure that you get that area covered a lot, because if you don't cover it a lot, you're going to have white areas, spots that are left open. So I'm just going to do this and this. I'm pretty much going to color the whole thing. Now let me add some Fresh Freesia in here. And it's okay to overlap. Yep, definitely okay to overlap like this. And let me add some more. This is the lighter one. This technique can be used for obviously for any colors that you want, it's just really, it's a fun technique to do. It's very pretty. It's Monet-ish. I love Monet. So let's do that like this, like that, and a little bit like that. Okay. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. Oh, by the way, the vellum that I used, this is thick vellum cardstock. You can use the thin if you want. It's totally up to you. It doesn't really matter. Then you're going to do is take some alcohol, and I like to use the 99% alcohol because it's got a greater alcohol content. It will dry a lot faster, and it will, I just dropped the cap in. Oh, golly, golly, oh, it doesn't matter. All right, so now I'm just going to take my aqua painter and get some alcohol on it, and I'm just going to tap, tap, tap into this. However you want to tap. Can you see that? Can you see it? You just kind of flick it on. And what's going to happen is that alcohol is going to start to blend together like that and make a very, very, very pretty design. But you got to get enough on there so you can do it. There we go. A little bit more. I can tell, I don't know if you can tell, but you can see it's starting to change already. How pretty is that? And I want to make sure that I get it down to the edges, all the way around, because I like the way that blends, the way it looks together. How pretty is that? I mean, can you imagine doing this for a Christmas one too? Okay, I think that's enough. Now, this is going to take a little while to dry. So I'm going to get my alcohol out of the way, get this out of the way, and I'm going to put this over on the side. And while that's drying, then I'm going to get the rest of the card done. All right, so I'm going to bring in my card base, which is white. And you know the routine, I've already cut it and scored it. Blah, 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 blah. So is everybody all settled for this weekend in New England here? Because it's going to be messy, according to the weatherman. Okay, so then what I did was I took the country forest. It's not forest. It's country something. It's country, here it is right here. It's Countryside Blossoms. This embossing folder, which is really, really pretty. I ran it through the folder, and this is what it looks like. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to secure it to this. And of course, where is my silicone pad? Where the heck did that go? Now I had it, and you know, you'd be really proud of me too. I even put my name on it because I'm losing silicone pads like there's no tomorrow. Well, for goodness gracious sakes, where is it? Ah! All right, well, for this moment in time, I'm just going to, well, this is the craziest thing. I just had it here a minute ago. Never mind, never mind, it's fine. I'm going to do this very carefully. I don't like to work without my silicone pad because my silicone pad really affords me a nice clean area here on my work surface. But, all right, so there's that. Now, this is going to go on the front of the card like this. Did anybody else get COVID, Colleen, or were you the lucky drawer of that? Okay, so that goes on like that. Perfect. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take now this on the sample. I actually used a different dies. I used the dies that are called. What did I do with them? Anyway, it's Simply Something. Anyway, so this I used here. This is for this is a get well card for a very dear friend, for a person that I don't see, but we communicate via email a lot. Anyway, I'm going to send this to her. But this one I'm going to do is I'm using the Beautiful Shapes dies, and I decided to use the pentagon shape right here because I like it. And then I'm going to take this little message that says, "Hello there," which is wicked cute. I'm going to take my Tahitian Tide and stamp this like this. Actually, I think I'm going to stamp it like that. Yeah, like that. Oh, you didn't see me stamp it. Oh, well, there it is. Okay, so that's stamped. And then I'm going to put some adhesive on this. I don't know where my silicone pad is. I'm telling you, my little ghost, she's just comical. All right, so this is going on like this. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this gold and gold ribbon. I'm going to take 2 lengths, And I'm going to snip this off. And then I'm going to put some tear tape on the back of this right here. Let me move this over so you can see. 6 of us from the first tested positive. Todd is lucky he didn't get it. Barbara and Bo, oh gosh. It's just crazy how this has happened, how COVID is spreading. And the scary thing is that there are a lot of people getting sick. My daughter in California went to a school conference. She's a teacher. And she and 30 of the teachers went to this conference. And after the conference was over, 18 people tested positive and were sick. My daughter was sick. It wasn't that she just had positive tests, but they were all sick, all of them. It was awful. Anyway, I'm going to cut this, and I'm just going to bevel cut this end, and I'm going to bevel cut this end like that. I think that's going to be kind of cute. Good morning, Barbara from Pennsylvania. Good morning, good morning. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm glad that you and Bob are negative for COVID. Colleen was just telling me what was going on. Yuck. All right, so I'm taking this off with my fingernail. If you don't have, I don't have manicured fingernails, but people who do have manicured fingernails sometimes have a little bit of trouble. Anyway, I'm going to just put this on like this. One goes on like that, and then I'm going to bring this one down too, just a little bit, and do it a little cattywampus like that, just to give it a little bit of interest. How's that? And then what I'm going to do is take some dimensionals, and this is going to go on with dimensionals eventually. But now let's see, is this dry? Let me bring this back. Nope, that's not dry yet. So you know what I'm going to do? It's not dry, so let's just get this out of the way for the moment, because you can't work with that vellum until it's completely dry. All right, so now, let me get this out of the way. Let me get this out of the way. Now let's get this one. Here is my next one, which I love. As I said before, this designer paper is so beautiful. Look at how pretty that is. And actually, I have another one that we're going to do in completely grays. This is basic gray, and this is the same designer paper. This is a basic gray circle. This one says warmest wishes. Winter wishes, and then it's got some of that really pretty silver oops, you can't even see that. It's the silver ribbon on it with some of the really pretty embellishments. But look at how lovely that is. Talk about easy, easy, easy card. But I decided to add just a little pop of color. So this one has got boho blue on it. I like boho blue. I think it's a really pretty color. To me, it's a winter color. I like it. And so then I just wanted to put a little bit of a little message on the outside. I haven't done it. Oh, yeah, I did. I put Season's Greetings on the inside, too. I forgot about that. And, of course, the envelope. So let's get that one done. And then hopefully by the time that one's done, the other one will be done. All right, again, my white cardstock. Here we go. It's already cut. Alexa, please turn the volume down. I don't know if you can hear Alexa, but I've got soft music playing, which I always like to have. I hope your trip was good, Barbara. I hope everything was fine weather-wise and traffic-wise and all of that. All right, so here's the designer paper. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. Look at that deer. Isn't that beautiful? And I just love the subtleness and the softness of it. So minus my silicone pad, I'm going to put some adhesive on. And this is my layer of boho blue. This is a 5 1/4 by 4 inch layer. So I'm going to now center this north, south, east, west, like that. Talk about easy. Okay, now I'm going to put some adhesive on this. I cannot imagine where my little silicone pad went. Oh well. There we go. And then here is my base, and I'm going to put it on east, west, north, south, equidistant. Perfect. That part is done. Now I'm going to take my boho blue ink, and I'm going to do a couple of things. First of all, I'm going to stamp the word joy, and I do need to get a Pierce pad because this is a photopolymer stamp, and I love to use my Pierce pad on my with my photopolymer stamps. All right, so I'm going to ink that up. There is joy. Beautiful. Then I shall take care of that in a moment. Now the inside of my card, I'm going to stamp with the message and the trees. Look at how pretty this is. one stamp and one stamp like that. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? And then, where is my envelope? Here is my envelope. And I'm going to stamp the outside of the envelope because we are still home. Oh, I thought you were on your way. Oh, well, that's good. Okay. All right, there's the envelope. Oh, this coming Tuesday. That's how clueless I am. Okay, so there is that. There is this. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is take some snail and put this on my medallion. And I use the Decal Circles, which I love. Boy, do I love that set. The Decal Circles, that goes on like that. Then I'm going to take a dimensional. Dimensionals, here you go. And I'm probably going to put 3 on here, like this. Okay, there's that. Then I'm going to bring this in and take the little pieces of paper off. There we go. And I'm going to put this joy. Now this one I'm going to put on the lower right hand side. On this one over here, because of the nature of the designer paper, hey Jean, good morning. Thank you for popping on. Nice to have you with us. I'm just showing everybody this Christmas card. Now I just want to show you that the nature of this 12 by 12 sheet of paper is there's a whole bunch of deer on the bottom of the bottom and the top. So it depends on which orientation you get. So this deer is to the left. This deer was a little bit more to the right. So I decided for this one, since I do have space right here, what I think I'll do is I'll put the joy right down here like this. Like that. And then I'm going to take some of this twine. This is white and boho blue twine. And I'm going to make a little bow. Just a quick little bow. Because I like to have some kind of embellishment on this. So this will be good here, like this, like this. I think a little bit smaller. Don't want it too big. I don't want it to take over the whole front of the card. I just want to have a little bit of interest, a little bit of added interest. Now what I'm going to do next is take some glue dots, because glue dots are my preferred method to adhere twine and things like that because it's small. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue dot and I'm going to put one here, like a little bit to the left center of the O, and I'm going to take that off. Gosh, I love my pick-me-up tool. That one. And then I'm going to take one more and overlap it just a smidge and bring it down just a little bit because I want to make sure I can angle those little ends of the twine. And I'm going to bring this in like this and plant that on just like that, and then pull those ends down just a little bit so they catch a little bit of that glue dot. How cute is that? Now I'm going to trim this off just a smidgeola here, just a little bit right here. Okay, so there's that. Now it needs a little bit more bling in my opinion, so I'm going to take these beautiful silver, actually I think I'm going to use these were from last year. Now this was a soft succulent, but it looks more silvery to me. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. Oh, look at how pretty this is going to be. I'm going to put one there. It says on the thing that it was soft succulent, but in truth, it looks bluish to me. And I think I'm going to put one here too. There you go. So there's that. Now we have to do the inside, and what did I do with that message? You know, it really is amazing to me that I can mess up my, oh, here it is right in front of me, that I can mess up my message so easily. Okay, so mess up my work area so easily. That's not hard to believe, folks, because if you know me, you know how easily I can get distracted. All right, so here is this. I'm going to bring this in. Let me move these out of the way. All right, let me bring this in right here. And let me bring my message. Now this does need a Pierce pad because it is a photopolymer stamp. And you know how photopolymer stamps are. They need to have that extra little bit of cushion. All right, and here we go. Now I could have done this on the Stamparatus, but And I do, when I do, look at that. Look at how pretty that is. But there we go. Season's greetings, and there's the front. You know what, though? I just thought of something. Let me take my Winky, and I think what I'm going to do is I am going to put some Wink Stella on the Joy. Oh, yeah, this is it. Let me move that just out of the way. Can you see what I'm doing here? Very, very carefully. Oh, yeah. Look at how pretty that is. Look at that. Talk about an easy and fast and pretty card. Just a little bit of Wink Stella. Look at that. What do you think? I know you probably can't see it on the camera, but there is a nice little bit of shine to that. And so there is the envelope, and there is your card. How pretty is that? Won't these make lovely Christmas cards? I think so. Thank you, Jean. You can come over and make some. I'd love to have you come over. Haven't seen you in such a long time. All right, now let's take a look at this. Here we go. This is almost dry. Look at how pretty that looks. Wait a minute, let me get this out of the way. Look at that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and this is how it's going to be. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. Whoops, let me get it so you can see it. It's so beautiful. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to take my glue dots, because you need to use glue dots. Now, when you're working with vellum, you don't really want to see your adhesive on the top surface, so you kind of have to be careful. However, when you're doing something like this, it really doesn't matter too much, because you've got density of color, so you're not really going to see this little tiny glue dot. So I'm going to very carefully turn this over. Now, I know there are some areas that are just a little bit wet, but that's okay. All right, so I'm going to put one here, one on the corner, maybe. Come on. There we go. Whoops. Whoops. There we go. There's one. All right, now I'm going to put one on this corner. Like I said, I'll show you in a minute when I turn this over how it really isn't going to matter. But when you have, it depends, like I said, it depends on what you're using the vellum for. There are certain circumstances where you definitely don't want that vellum to show. So did you see those silly little things pop off and fly around? You work too much? Oh, yeah, okay, well, you gotta, Jean, you gotta take time for you. Maybe we'll have to see if we can get Susie and Mary Beth and you to come over. That would be fun. I miss you guys. I miss my peeps at Milford Regional Medical Center a lot. It was a great place to work. All right, so now I'm going to take this piece of vellum and I'm going to put it on this piece of white cardstock. This is the backing. It's exactly the same size. It's a 3x4. So there is that. And I'm very gently just going to press that like that. Now what I'm going to do is get this out of the way. Get all those extra little pieces. That's so silly. Okay, now I'm going to put some adhesive on the back of this. It feels so weird not to have my silicone pad. I have no idea where it is. And my other table over there is a mess because I still have stuff from the weekend. Okay, so now I'm going to bring my base card back that has the embossed layer on it. And I'm going to put this on. Let's see, do I want it this way or this way? It doesn't matter. Okay. Actually, I think I'm going to do it this way. That's funny how all of a sudden it just changed. All right, so this is going to be put on east, west, north, south, centered nicely. Very nice. Like that. And I'm going to very gently press it down. There we go. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring back my medallion that says hello there. And what I'm going to do on this is I am going to pop this up with dimensionals. Now I've put enough tear tape on to secure that ribbon. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put some dimensionals on top of those areas as well, just so it stays nice and secure like that. And maybe one little other piece right here, like this. Okay, now I'm going to take these off. I probably overdid it with the dimensionals on this. Probably. All right. So there is this. And now I'm going to put this right in the center. Yeah, right in the center like this. Like that. just like that. Okay, now I'm going to take some sequins that match this because it needs just a little bit more pizzazz, I think. Just a little bit, because this is a happy card, and I'm sending it to a person that needs a nice little happy hello. So there's one there. Let's do maybe one up here, like this. And let's do another one maybe down like this. Like, wait a minute, I have to turn it this way so I can see what I think. Yeah, like, no, right here. There we go, like that. Isn't that cute? Do you like it? Isn't that pretty? Don't you love this technique? Oh my gosh, I love this technique. It's wicked fun. You know what? Let's do Wink of Stella on hello there, because I can. Look at that. I'm just very gently using the tip of this nice little Wink of Stella. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, just adds a little bit of pizzazz. All right, so that is that. And then my envelope, what did I do for the envelope? I don't know what I did for the envelope. I don't know what I'm going to do for the envelope. Here is my envelope. You know what I think I might do? I think I might take a piece of, yes, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of this bubble bath. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Hold on. I'm going to do that. Good morning, Dee. Thank you for joining me. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this an envelope flap. So hold on. Let me just run this through my stamp and cut and emboss machine, which is over here, which I really can't bring over there because it's just too big for me. And my little one, I don't know where the little one is. It's probably having a date with my silicone pad. For heaven's sakes. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on, here we go. Whoops. That slipped. Try it again. All right, wait a minute. I think I got a little glue on here. I don't know how I got glue on my stamp and cut and emboss machine, but all right. There we go. Yeah. All right, let me take this. Now, let me just cut this real quickly. This has to be a piece that's 6 inches by 2 1/4. Can you hear me? 6 inches by 2 1/4. Here's the 6, and there's the 2 1/4. All right, here, look at how pretty this is going to be. I don't know if you heard it, but my plates just flew right off the, now this is where I need my silicone pad most, but I don't have it. All right, there we go. Look at how pretty this is. Now you can actually use either side when you're doing embossing that's got this kind of detail to it. But I think I'm going to use this side right here like this. And I'm going to bring that right in just like that. Press this down. Snip, get my little snipperinis. Trim this out. And there we have it. Look at how pretty that looks. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I love it. So there is a happy card for somebody like this. And how pretty is that? That technique, oh, you know what? I'm so sorry that I'm not getting this right today. There we go. Look at how pretty. I love, 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 love that technique. So here is the one that was my Get Well card. Whoops. There we go. And here's the one, you can do whatever you want next week. You can do Get Well, Hello There, whatever you want. But those are those. And then here is the other one. How pretty is that? I love it. I absolutely love it. I love it. I love it. So my friends, that's it for today. I just want, I do want to remind you, we still have room for our event in Maine in November 5 through November 9th. Sunday through Thursday, 5 days, 4 night, minimum 2 night stay, but hopefully you can come for the whole time. It'll be fun. You can do whatever you want, crafting, whatever you want. You can sit, read a book, watch the ocean, go for a swim. They have an indoor pool, heated. Ha ha ha! Guess where I'm going to be? Among other places. Anyway, so that said, if you're interested, please let me know. Otherwise, I will see some of you next Monday and Tuesday for class. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you have a safe weekend, especially my peeps here in New England and anyone else who's being affected by this hurricane. I hope people are safe. So thank you so much for popping on. I truly appreciate your support. I love you all. Thank you very much. Namaste, my friends. Till next